Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be trying a new product from Neutrogena. It's this guy right here that I'm hearing a ton about. It is the Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation, part of their Healthy Skin line. So if you guys are curious to see some swatches of some of the fair and light shades and see how it applies, how it wears throughout the day, what my thoughts are, then just keep watching. Okay, so let me start off with my thoughts on this type of product. So I feel like all the brands are jumping on board since L'Oreal launched this product. This is one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This is beautiful, sets on its own, leaves you with like a slightly satin pearlescent finish. Beautiful, great coverage. And then since then, Maybelline has launched their Super Stay 24-hour skin tint, which also has that like shimmer to it, which I have featured in a separate video. And then Neutrogena came out with their Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation. And I don't know if this one has the shimmer in it like the other two. I am very curious about that, but I'm hearing that these are very similar to the two products that I just mentioned. So first off, these come in plastic bottles with a dropper. The other two I mentioned are both glass. In here, you get 1 fluid ounce. In the L'Oreal, you get 1 fluid ounce, and in the Maybelline, you get 1 fluid ounce, so pretty standard. And the claims on this foundation, it says, healthy skin, pro-vitamin B5 helps maintain skin's moisture barrier for healthy-looking skin. It says it's for sensitive skin, formulated without fragrance, dyes, parabens, phthalates, alcohol, and sulfates. Sheer, natural, buildable coverage. So if it's sheer, it's probably not going to cover much. However, these two, I would say you can get like medium coverage. So we will definitely start with swatches and then try it out and see what we think. And they were kind enough to send me 5 shades to try out that they thought that would be a good match for me. All right, so I'm gonna start off with Light 01 dropper applicator. So here is shade Light 1. It does look like it has a little bit of radiance, but that just might be the serum in the product. Next, we have Light 02. So here's Light 02. Next, we have Light Medium 01. Next, we have Light Medium 02, right here, which actually seems lighter than this one. So we had Light Medium 1 and Light Medium 2. So you can see Light Medium 1, it was definitely darker than Light Medium 2. And then finally, we have Medium 01. Okay, so up here we had Light 1, Light 2, Light Medium 1, Light Medium 2, and then Medium. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So they are drying down with a bit of like I would say like a glow to them, not a shimmer. And I would say I'm a combination of the second and fourth shades maybe, perhaps these two. So I'm going to start off with Light 02 and I will apply it with a damp Real Techniques sponge on one side, and then we will try it with an e.l.f. buffing brush on the other side. Clearly much more. You can see that I applied something just because of the healthy glow on this side, but not much coverage. Definitely would say sheer, but it says buildable, so let's find out how buildable this product is. Dropper number 2. I think light coverage is really all you're going to be able to get with this. It says buildable, but it's still not covering anything. Like, yes, it's giving me like a luminous, fresh look, but really no coverage. So this is definitely much lighter coverage than the other two products at the drugstore that seem kind of similar to this product. And like I said before, there doesn't seem to be any shimmer in this. It's just like a healthy glow. It doesn't have any of that like mica pigment that makes it have like a bit of reflectiveness to it. You can even see on my hand, they have a bit of like a glossy finish to them, but not shimmer. So now on the other side, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Buffing Foundation Brush. Okay, I think that did nothing. I don't feel like the first dropper actually did much. It wasn't a full dropper, so this is what it looks like after one full drop. So now I'm going to go in and see if we can build it up with a little bit more. Okay, so this side is applied with a buffing brush, this side with a damp sponge. You definitely get a little bit more coverage with the brush, which is pretty standard. For most foundations, you're gonna get better coverage with a brush than with a damp sponge, just because this will shear it out. So like it still doesn't fully mask things. Like I have an active acne breakout here, I've got an acne scar here, I've got redness around my nose, I have some birthmarks, blue bags under the eyes, so you can still see all of that. But it is like a nice, healthy glow. So would I go out of the house like this? Yes, but I probably need some concealer and a little bit of color on the face. So that was shade Light 2. Now I'm kind of curious to see what Light Medium 2 looks like. So I might use this one on the perimeter of my face, just kind of warm things up. And the first side that I applied with the sponge is still tacky, so it hasn't dried down yet. Not sure if it will.
It doesn't actually look that much darker.
I probably could get away with that color too. Like all of the shades on my arm, I can probably get away with. Like this lightest one would work in the winter. This one work in the winter. This one might work in the summer when I have the most color. This one works right now. This one just looks a little orange. So this is the only one, medium one, I don't think would be the right undertone for me. But the other 4 shades, I feel like I can get away with and they would be fine. Like there isn't enough pigment in here that like if you get the wrong shade, it's really going to be noticeable. It is very sheer. So I feel like you could probably make several shades work for your skin tone. So if there isn't one that's like spot on, try something similar. I feel like you can probably sheer it out and get it to work. All right, so either of these shades work just fine. So we have Light Medium 2 and we have Light 2. They both work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hop off, do a little concealer, maybe apply some cream color products, see if this foundation sets down or if I have to add a powder, because that plays a big factor. These two products, L'Oreal and Maybelline, when I am not wearing any moisturizer or sunscreen or anything underneath, they set all on their own. I don't need to powder. So that's what I did today. I have nothing else on my face other than the Neutrogena product. So we will see if it does dry down or not. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, so I went ahead and applied some concealer, some lip balm, some brows. This product is not setting. It is still sticky and dewy, and I have a feeling it would transfer if I press hard enough. Yeah, the product is coming off on my hand. So this is not a product that can go without setting, unfortunately. So given the choice of this product or the other two like serum tint products at the drugstore that can set on their own, I would probably lean towards those versus this one, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. I will go ahead and powder it and show you what it looks like with all of my makeup finish sitting on top of it, but this is before setting. and this is after about 10-15 minutes after application. It is dewy and fresh looking without being shimmery. Still, I would say like light coverage, a little bit better with a brush versus a sponge. So this is the 9 o'clock starting time. This is what it looks like. So stay tuned for checkouts throughout the day. Okay guys, so this is what the makeup looks like with powder and color products on top of it. There's still a little bit of the glow coming through, but it could also be the setting spray. So everything laid down nicely on top of it. So only time will tell how this wears. So I'll see you in the first check-in. Okay guys, so it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the Neutrogena foundation has been on for about 5 hours, and this is the way my makeup looks as of right now. I did powder with the powder I've been using for the last several weeks, the Essence powder and a little bit of the Wet n Wild like finishing powder, just kind of fill in pores and whatnot. And it still looks good. It's not overly greasy or anything, but I can already see that I'm starting to get a little shiny here and here and here. So while the glow looks healthy initially, over time, I don't think it's going to be great for oil control, but everything does still look pretty and luminous and glowy. In the future, I think I'd color correct before I use the Sephora concealer. I still feel like I need a little bit of color correcting there, so don't mind the under eyes, but the rest of the makeup looks really pretty still. Hasn't really rubbed off or broken up anywhere, so 5 hours still looks pretty good. Don't mind my stomach growling. I haven't had lunch and I'm very hungry. So here's your 5-hour check-in. Still looking pretty nice and luminous without being too greasy. Just a little bit here and here, but I could probably take a puff and easily fix that. So still doing well 5 hours in. Okay guys, so it's about 5:30 at night. The makeup's been on for, 8.5 hours. It still looks really good. And the only thing that I did was use like a puff with a little bit of powder just here, here, and here halfway throughout the day. And it still looks really nice. So I'd say as far as lasting power, it did pretty well. But I'm still going to say that I prefer ones that set on their own. And yes, those do have a bit of kind of shimmer to them. But I prefer something that's going to set versus needing a ton of powder, just because it makes me look like I'm wearing more makeup. It ages my skin. So if you want a tinted product that doesn't have any shimmer and that you don't need to set because you have drier skin, check out the Neutrogena one from this video. If you prefer something with a bit more sheen to it and that can set on its own, then check out the L'Oreal or Maybelline. So those are my final thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.